Hello, my name is Susan Case, and I'm president of the Simsbury Camera Club. And on behalf of the club, I want to thank Simsbury Community TV for giving us this opportunity to share all the goodness of our club. During this presentation, I'm going to be referencing a number of our members that have made major contributions, but I also want to point out that in addition to those members that have made such great contributions, there are a host of others that have shared their talents and their efforts to make the club such a success. So here's the agenda that I wanted to cover during our presentation today. First is an intro to the Camera Club. The second is a look at some of the club events and our community participation. Moving on to inter-club competition. Then the next element will be what makes a good photo. And finally, the pièce de résistance, a sample of our club images. I am displaying a screen that will also be displayed at the end of the presentation to give you information on our website, our email, and our Facebook to get further information on our club. So on to the intro. The club was established in 1955 with the goals to encourage the advancement of our members in the knowledge and practice of the art and science of photography, to contribute to the surrounding community through our photography and photographic education. We extend a hearty welcome to all of those who enjoy photography, regardless of their level of expertise. So the key themes that I'm going to be repeating throughout this presentation are the focus on education, the focus on community, and of course, the focus on fun. So when I found out our club started in '55, I asked for some information, any pictures from the beginning of the club. I got this wonderful magazine cover, photo play, and it had this image, and I thought it was from the Simsbury Camera Club. It said the Simsbury Camera Club established in 1955. I was so excited. Okay, the cover isn't real, and I'm very gullible, but it is a nice example of Photoshop. We have come a long way since the darkroom, from film to digital to cells and drones. And we in the club are leveraging exciting new capabilities all the time. So one of these exciting capabilities is the Simsbury Camera Club website. And this website is completely incredible. It's highly functional. And it's thanks to Vitaly Zhivkovsky, our extraordinary webmaster. This website has been a tool for us to function and remain vital during the last 2 years of COVID. We have leveraged the capabilities that have been created by Vitaly and others. For example, all members can submit their images for competition online. It's done very easily and it's very simplified. We have the ability to manage our submissions and view our history. And if you're a judge, you have the ability to judge online. And this is all due to the fantastic functionality that has combined incredible competition judging processes that were developed with the technology that's it delivered through. And again, I wanted to make sure we thanked the key players in creating these capabilities: Bill Payne, Frank Zaremba, John Straub, and Vitaly. Another element of advanced technology that we take advantage of is social media. So we have a Simsbury Camera Club Facebook page that has been maintained and updated by Lorraine Cosgrove, and it is truly excellent. Go look it up. It really carries a lot of great information. We have a diverse membership of over 60 members. We have members that range in age from 17 years old to over 80. The members don't just come from Simsbury. We have members that are from Simsbury, West Hartford, South Glastonbury, and beyond. And our membership includes complete newbies as well as highly experienced photography professionals. From equipment perspective, we have people with Hasselblads right down to people who take images with cell phones. But I think the common denominators here is that all club members are willing to teach, share, and learn from each other. More information can be found about our membership on our webpage, but one thing we do is highlight members that have been major contributors. And these columns are called our member recognition columns. This was a September column on John Straub, and many thanks to Lou Norton, who wrote this, and Aline, who organizes all of our member recognition. We also identify and kind of celebrate who's joined us. So we have a Look Who's Joined page that provides just a snapshot of information on our new members. This helps us be able to align them with people who have similar interests, similar equipment, and it's been very helpful all around. I'm going to be using the calendar, the Simsbury Camera Club calendar, to highlight how some of our events and how we function. So the calendar, once again, is part of our great website. And as you can see up in the upper corner, you can download these calendar arrangements right to your Outlook or to your iOS device. On the first of the month, competition images are due. So I'll spend a little time on that shortly. And on the third Wednesday of every month, we have our monthly club meeting, our general meeting. This is currently handled in a hybrid scenario. We meet in person at the Eno, and for those who are unable to attend, they can participate via Zoom. Now on to a little description of the club competitions. This is a description of the intra-club competition. Our monthly intra-club competitions are a key component of our effort to share and learn. We have 3 competition levels: Class B, Class A, and Salon. All new members start in Class B regardless of their skill level. Advancement to a higher competition level is based on an average of the competition scores during the year. And getting back to the calendar, as I said, the information is provided on all of our events. And as I wanted to point out here, that if you hover over one of the events, it gives you a thumbnail sketch that just pop up, kind of a helpful hint as to what that event is about. And this particular event is the first Wednesday of the month, the Simsbury Public Library Lecture Series. This lecture series is open to all who register through the Simsbury Public Library, not just members. We have had great presentations. By the way, Frank Zaremba arranges all these presentations. I thoroughly enjoyed this one on street photography by Joel Davidson. Bert Sirkin did a wonderful presentation on macro photography. Joe Reardon, another lecture series presentation, was on luminosity masks, which references capabilities that are available in post-processing software. And Simsbury's own Patrick Fallon from SCTV did a great presentation on drone photography and cinematography. We learned a lot through that. And coming right up is going to be another presentation called Members Minis. And this is where this time 4 members will be doing presentations, 15 to 30 minutes, on different areas or different attributes. So one of them is the Brooklyn Bridge Photo Walk with Bill Payne. I'll be doing a presentation on South Africa. Bill Laternis is doing one on Rhode Island. And Lorraine Cosgrove is Let's Go Whale Watching. In addition, once again, with our focus on education, we have club workshops and training sessions. So these are some training sessions that Frank held, and Frank is a Master New England Camera Club. He provided Zoom trainings on various programs like Intro to the Club website, an Intro to Judging, as well as he provides after the break trainings, organizing them or providing them personally. In addition, Frank has offered personal mentoring primarily to Class B members, and the mentoring could be on a range of subjects like your camera, how to use your camera, photography, the basics of photography. And as you notice, I've got 2 icons here, one for Photoshop and one for Lightroom. The mentoring could be on being able to more effectively use the post-processing capabilities that are available. Another training capability we have is peer image sharing, and this is thanks to Bert and Marianne. This is a little bit different. It's not a competition. It's where we have the ability to share images and have club members comment on them and get feedback. And it's all in the effort to improve your understanding of photography. We also have ad hoc sessions on very specific subjects. This particular session is a butterfly photography Zoom session that's being held on March 23rd. And this is in preparation for an outing that we have planned to Magic Wings. So it really covers the basics of butterfly photography. Again, this has been presented by Bert Sirkin. And then we have club outings periodically. This is one of the outings that we had. It's a photo workshop at our farm. It was October 23rd. And again, kind of marrying fun together with education, the outing had mentors that could be aligned with any of the photographers who came along and wanted some help with photography. These are just some images of that workshop. It was a tremendous amount of fun. We were very grateful the weather held out. And I think everyone not only had a good time, but we got some great images out of it and we got fabulous feedback. Another outing that was held was the Ripley Waterfowl Conservancy outing. And this was held in the winter because that's when the birds are in their breeding plumage and they're their prettiest. And once again, very well attended and very great feedback. And for those of you who haven't been to Ripley, here's some residents, a bafflehead and mandarin duck couple. Well worth seeing. And we're headed to Magic Wings Butterfly Conservatory on an outing on March 26th. And this has been arranged at 9 a.m., so we're able to have some time without major crowds, and we can bring tripods and monopods during that early time period. And this is the description that I really enjoyed with regard to Magic Wings. Over 8,000 square feet of wonder, 4,000 butterflies, and so much more. Now on to club events and community participation. I'm starting with some of the early events that we had in this year. This was a summer start party at the Simsbury Public Library. And as you can tell, it looked like an extremely happy day. Simsbury Camera Club and Simsbury Public Library have a very close relationship, and we've had the ability to provide images for a number of their events. And as you can tell, they would be very valuable to the library. This particular image slide is on the Hopbrook Landing Park dedication at the Simsbury Flower Bridge. Once again, these images are provided back to the various committees that are associated with the dedication as well as the town. Simsbury Public Library displays. We have two types of displays at Simsbury Public Library. This particular slide shows the December display. We display images from multiple members in December in the big room that's off the first floor in the library. And then we have the hallway displays or the hallway exhibits that are there every, well, jumped ahead of me, that are there every month. And this was our February display, and they change once a month. Simsbury Fly-In and Car Show and Food Truck Festival is another opportunity to give back to the community. Our photography's always been arranged by Dave Royce at this event, and the images are given back to the Simsbury Flying Club and others that are interested. And Simsbury Celebrates represents a fantastic opportunity to take beautiful images that are much appreciated in the town. This particular image is taken by Frank Zaremba. Beautiful fireworks. The Simsbury Camera Club does quite a bit with the Simsbury Historical Society through a relationship that they have with Frank Zaremba. This was a photography session for the 5th Connecticut Colonial Army reenactment. And as you can tell, these sepia tone pictures really capture the reenactment. And there's one event that took place a while ago, but I wanted to emphasize it because it's a tremendous continual value to the town. And that was in 2017, Frank led a fascinating project for the digital preservation of the Simsbury Cemetery. This is really a permanent town asset, and it involved numerous volunteers from the club. The preservation effort captured 4,753 marker images. Frank pointed out that that's actually the same amount of pictures that are taken in 1/10 of a second across the globe. It's a lot of images. But the asset that was created is just wonderful. It was turned into a sortable, searchable, editable database in Excel that is located in the Simsbury Free Library. So the ability to find different markers in different sites in the cemetery is now facilitated. One event we have yearly now is the family photo shoot. And this year we had 30 families participate. It's a wonderful session. And once again, it is done in concert with the Simsbury Public Library. This event involves many volunteers from the Camera Club. Here's some of the images of Camera Club members taking the photography of various parties. And I like this slide. This slide shows what the participants get. They get edited, beautiful images in digital format that they can use for anything that they would like. And I think this was started by Frank as well, the funny image. So each family has the opportunity to do a really fun image. And I think it's become a true favorite with the families, and I think this has ended up on many Christmas cards. As a result of the family photo shoot, we were able to make a donation to the Simsbury Public Library Children's Room. And this is an image of Frank presenting a bubble machine to Stephanie Prado, who's the head of the Children's Services. And this is the bubble machine. I was so surprised when this was what they wanted. It's a professional bubble machine. Come to find out that they use a bubble machine 3 to 4 times a week during children's stories. It looks like a lot of fun. And of course, bubble stuff was provided. We also, over the past 3 years, or a few years, have introduced the Teen Photo Challenge. And this is a photo challenge that really celebrates the talent of young people in photography. So it gives the opportunity to teens that are between 12 and 19 to submit images, and those images get evaluated and awarded for the best of the various classes. This is sponsored by the Simsbury Camera Club, the Simsbury Public Library, and 4 business or personal sponsors. And at the end of the year, we have celebrations and awards. For the last couple of years, we haven't been able to have our standard banquet, but we still have had celebrations and award ceremonies. And these are just some of the images from those ceremonies, which are held in one of our members' gorgeous backyards. And this year, with everything continuing to go as it is, we're going to have our Camera Club banquet at the Simsbury Inn. So we'd be able to have it in person and with all of us attending, we hope. Now on to interclub competition. We participate in 2 interclub competition organizations. One is Photographic Society of America. And we submit in this area, and we are doing very well. In this particular instance, we're doing 8th out of 24 clubs. And we're currently tied for 4th out of 24 clubs for this competition year. And here's just one of the reasons why. Here's one of the images that did very well in this PSA competition, and that is Ron Thomas's Flying High. We also compete in PSA's Nature Division. And at this point, we're 10th out of 31 clubs in Group C. And this is, again, one of the examples as to why we do so very well. Danielle Dermo's oyster catcher with eggs. The other organization that we participate in interclub competitions with is the New England Camera Club Council. And in Class A Nature, we're 4th out of 20 clubs. And our standing for the year is 2nd place. And this one happens to be one of mine. I got honorable mention for I hate getting my feet wet. And the NECCC also has a pictorial competition, and we're 11th out of 20 clubs. And here's a key reason why: John McGarry's Bryce Amphitheater and Beyond. So what makes a good photo? Well, there's been many, many, many books written on what would make a good photo. This is just a very high pass of some of the attributes of a good photo. One of the key elements is impact. So when the viewer sees the image, does it have an impact on them? So this image, for me, the impact was wow. But the impact could be subtle too. The impact could be serenity. The impact could be beauty. So impact, when you look at the image, does it strike you with some response? The image tells a story. This is Bull Wins a Round with Ron Thomas. And on this particular picture, you can't have to guess what the story is. You're just hoping that the poor fellow underneath managed to survive. But it's quite the story, and it's quite an image beyond that, because it's clear in all aspects, and it's captured very beautifully. Composition. Composition is very important, and this is American Copper and Fleabane with John McGarry. And here you have an image where you're clear on what the subject is. It's very clear. The lines point to the subject. The background is diffused and not detracting from the subject. And the composition includes all the elements that make it a beautiful design. Technical excellence. Cooper's Hawk Afternoon Meal with Jeff Levesque. Technical excellence in this instance refers to the fact that the focus is beautiful. The focus is perfect. The exposure is perfect. The detail has been captured beautifully. The background is beautifully blurred. There are so many attributes on this picture we could comment on, but it's a very good example of technical excellence. Creativity. This is one of my favorites. This is the letters coming right off the page of Frank Zaremba. And we all asked in the club, how on earth did you get this picture? And we were told that it's made up of a number of pictures, and the letters that are on that picture are actually alphabet pasta that were painted black and tossed up in the air with photos taken many times, and then all combined and composited into one picture with other elements that also are beautifully designed. Light handling is another element or another attribute of what makes a good picture. This one to me is just amazing and a little bit intimidating. This gorgeous light handling was created in an image by a 16-year-old photographer. This is Curious Cat by Grace Yoder. Beautiful lighting, just perfect. The catch light in the eyes and the capture of all the elements of the face and the detail. And the final one I've got on my very tiny list is color handling. Now, this is Take a Deep Breath with John McGarry. And this obviously has great composition, fantastic detail, but the color plays into this beautifully as well. The color adds to the composition, and the color balance is right. The whites are white, the blacks are black, and it's very nicely handled. Now here's a sample of our club images. On behalf of Simsbury Camera Club, thank you so much for joining us. For more information on the club and to become a member, please go to our website, simsburycameraclub.com, or email us at simsburycc2@gmail.com. Thank you again.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.